My TBR, period. RIP to that thing.
That's not what you told me. That's not what you said.
I have a ton of book mail that I want to go through. Plus, I went to Barnes & Noble last weekend, and I want to show you all the books I bought them because I did buy a lot. And this gives me an excuse to be like, I bought them for a purpose. Tax write-off? I don't know. Let's hope. We're going to start off with a banger. Duolingo sent me a message saying they saw that I was addicted to Heated Rivalry and wanted to send me a package. And I was like, okay, definitely send it to me. I don't think you're ready for this because I was not ready for this. They sent a cute little postcard with a letter. Hey, Timothy, hope this calendar keeps you on schedule to write your book. Don't let my ripped body distract you. P.S. Slide into my DMs for a year of super Duolingo. I got a stamp. Let's do it on here. I don't know if that's supposed to be like its beak. I don't know. I come with some conversation hearts. And then the kicker, you see this, you're like, did you say Heated Rivalry? Because I saw this and I was like, what do you mean Heated Rivalry? Baby, you're not ready because I was not. Watch. Duo has a lot of bulge. This is probably my favorite thing I've ever been sent in my life. Like, what is this? You know what? If anything, he's the perfect man. He knows multiple languages and he's ripped. And if you're a fantasy girly, the green might do it for you. I've then got two things from one of my favorite romance authors. So let's open the envelope first. This is from Nora Phoenix. She's the author of one of my favorite series so far. It's called The Prince Pact. First book is The Prince and the Player. It's about a prince, acts like a normal person, goes to an American college. Love her books. She just came out with a new book called Dirty Angel. This is the actual book itself, the cover for the actual book. And then y'all, this is so cute. I love this. I love gay shit. And then let's see what book we got sent, because this is definitely a book. First off, I got a letter that says, hope you love this Dirty Angel, which brings us to the book with Dirty Angel by Nora Phoenix. Loves it. When bubbly wedding cake baker Charles, not Charlie, never Charlie, accidentally overhears a mob boss plotting a murder, he contacts the cops. Detective Eamon O'Rourke offers to protect him by posing as his boyfriend. Soon they're cooped up in Charles' cozy little house in the cute small town of charming New York. Sparks fly, and it doesn't take long before they give in to the attraction shimmering between them. But Eamon isn't a cop at all. He's an angel. Charles' guardian angel. And he's anything but angelic, especially in what he wants to do with Charles. Ooh! I can't wait to read it. I can't wait to read it. I then got this super, super cute package from Poison Pen Press. This is their Cursed by Love Valentine's Day box. So it looks like this actually comes with 4 different books. I'm seeing some more conversation candy hearts. A cute little lollipop. Cursed by Love, like poison bottle bookmark. Isn't that cute? Isn't it cute? And now for the 4 books they sent with it. We have Field Guide for the Formerly Villainous by Autumn K. England. A charming, timely, and emotionally resonant LGBTQ plus cozy fantasy about the importance of community and mental health. Perfect for fans of TJ Klune and T. Kingfisher. What happens to all the mind-controlled minions when the evil villain is finally vanquished? They move to the country, become farmers, fall in love, and finally find a safe place to heal. Then we have The Hearth Witch's Guide to Magic and Murder by Kiri Callaghan. Now, this one is Worlds Collide when changeling Avery Hemlick and human Saga Tring team up to solve magical murders in London. The threat might be closer to Saga than either of them thought, and Avery will do anything to protect the first friend she's had in more than 200 years. Relatable. I really love this cover. We have Death Meets Cute by Jay Pinner. Iris Wayward is Freywell's resident villainess. She knows it. You know it. Everybody knows it, except for Talon Gifroy, of course. He's her worst nightmare, a cinnamon roll half-orc who bakes and follows her around like a smitten puppy. What could be worse? I then have The Moonsingers by Robyn Pritzker. In a delightful blend of classic fairy tale folklore and cozy fantasy featuring magical academia and yearn-filled pen pal romance, Robyn Pritzker writes her radiant debut, The Moonsingers, with wit, whimsy, tenderness, and hope as she sends a wayward governess to a tucked-away village enchanted by fairies and magic, a newfound home she loves and unwittingly puts in grave danger. I'm sorry, but this was such an iconic package. Thank you so much. Another book package of which I have no idea what it is. I received The Hollow Dark by Tony Durant, a queer YA Gothic fantasy about forbidden magic, featured loyalties, found family, and the courage it takes to charm the truth in a world that demands your silence. I'm sorry, but this cover for is like one of the most gorgeous covers I've seen. It's queer, and I spoke with the author already, and she's super cool, so I cannot wait to read this. I love when people write books like this and they think of me and want me to read them because, like, as someone who grew up queer and a reader, things like this make me so happy. And when it's YA, it's even better because I'm like, imagine if I were to read things like this at that certain age. Anyways, thank you so much. Everyone, go add this to your TBR immediately. I have another package of which I'm not sure what it is. This is Reclaimed by Jame and Eve. I've heard a lot about this series and a lot about this author. These sprayed edges are Gorgina. Shadow Beast Shifters, Jame and Eve's best-selling fan-favorite dark romantasy trilogy, is now available in deluxe paperback with an all-new exclusive bonus scene. Why did I just say that? Like, Will coming back. Reclaimed is book 2 of the Shadow Beast Shifters trilogy and ends on a cliffhanger. If you like spicy, dark paranormal romance with humor, action, a tough heroine, and an anti-hero, this is for you. Perfect for readers who love sexy, dark paranormal romance, morally gray anti-hero, strong, resilient heroine, humor and sass. I thought it said humor and ass. Shifters and magical realms, steamy heat level, includes an exclusive all-new bonus scene. I must show you this picture. It's beautiful. This book actually came out February 3rd. Re-released February 3rd, I'm not sure, but this came out February 3rd. So if you want these beautiful sprayed edges, paranormal shifter romance. I'm trying to shift into a new tax bracket. Anyways, I then got a package for Japanese Gothic by Kylie Lee Baker. We have Japanese Gothic by Kylie Lee Baker. In this lyrical, wildly inventive horror novel, interwoven with Japanese mythology, two people living centuries apart discover a door between their worlds. One of these people is a ghost, and one of these stories is a lie. Something is hiding beneath the House of Sword Ferns, and Lee and Sin will soon wish they'd never unburied it. That actually sounds really good. I want to read more horror. I read a one horror book last year, but it was like one of my favorite books I've read of all time. So I can't wait to read this. It takes place between 1877 and 2026. I love dual timeline stories like that. I love dual anything, dual POV, dual man. Anyways, and then from Simon and Schuster, I got Love Me Tomorrow by Wmiko Jean. What if your true love could write to you from the future? 17-year-old Emma Nakamura Thatcher doesn't believe in love, not after her parents' bitter divorce. So when she attends the festival of Tanabata, her wish is simple, proof that love is real and can last. Emma thinks little of her wish until she finds a note from someone claiming to be her greatest love, writing to her from the future. It has to be a prank, right? But as the notes pour in, each revealing secrets only she knows, Emma is forced to accept the impossible. This is really happening. Someone is actually reaching out to her from across time. Again, ironic. Cross time romance. This is the author of Tokyo Ever After. It's been on my TBR, and I've almost picked it up every time I was shopping on like Book Outlet, I believe. But for some reason, I just never did. It's not that I don't want to read it. I do. It's just I'm broken. I'm broken mentally. I then received this really cool package from Maddie Rose Andry. It's for An Opera of Cursed and Fated Vampires, a dark gothic romantasy. This came through a collaboration with the Nerd Fam, which they always do such beautiful boxes. Rachel is a genius. We have a bookmark. Says Wicked. We're not talking we're just talking like a really bad person. Righteous. And then right after this, we got a t-shirt that says Righteous and Wicked. My middle and my last name. My first name is Fat Ass. No, I'm just kidding. This is actually an omnibus. Last book in this comes out on March 3rd, Divine Inception. First off, the cover is beautiful, right? Cover is gorgeous. That's cool, right? Look at that. Look at that. That's crazy. That is crazy. Guys, this is only book 1 and 2. I wish there was a little synopsis I could read for you guys about it. Through each lifetime, through all the suffering, and every blissful brief moment, she has always been at the center of my universe, the one true light in all the darkness. For fans of Anne Rice, Emily Bronte, and anyone who craves a darkly romantic, beautifully written novel, a completely consuming and life affirming tale of love, loss, perseverance, and healing, evocative and moody in all its genre bending glory. It says, "Thank you for checking out the book, Timothy. Keep fighting the good fight," from Richie. Together We Rise by Richie Billing. Now, in the crumbling city of Patalos, where corruption and poverty reign, the fires of revolution burn hotter each day. An oppressive government has bled its people dry for the benefit of the elite, but the citizens have had enough. 8 lives, each scarred by loss, betrayal, and violence, intertwine as they fight for their futures. That sounds relevant to the times. We have another package. This one comes with some goodies as well. We got a nice little star bracelet, some Tazo tea, some instant coffee. I got a highlighter that says, that's like an attitude highlighter. It says, made with recycled PP. I have a little bit of artwork here. Why is that made with P? Am I stupid? Is that definitely means something else, I think. This is for Daughter of the Pines. Then we have Daughter of the Pines by Maria A. Eden, a standalone Gothic romantic fantasy that will transport you through realms to relive I one of the most iconic folklores ever told. There could never be a 13th lady's cousin, not when the devil himself promised to claim them. The mist-shrouded town of Galloway needs every ounce of protection from the demons lurking in the barrens, and Harper Leeds longs to escape that cursed village her family rules. As the youngest Leeds cousin, she has always been an outcast, despite her noble name. When 2 millennia officers blackmail Harper into helping them solve a crime, the secret of her mind-speaking magic is put at risk. This Could All Go Bad by Spencer Hall. One night can change everything in this hilarious and heartfelt novel, perfect for young teens about to start high school. Okay, one night will separate the bros from the boys. This like cowardly guy spends one night spends the night after his 8th grade graduation sneaking out of the house, doing a bunch of dares against another team of girls. And then I have this iconic package. I can't wait to show you this one. When I first started making content, I became friends with Lindsay Hart. Lindsay Hart just wrote a book that's about to release. Um, and not only is it one of the most gorgeous books ever, I just know it's going to be so good. Like, she's iconic. There's no way this can't be. This is for the Thorns We Inherit by Lindsay Hart. Oh my gosh, I love the bag. Then a little recipe card for honey cakes. I'm not sure what that is, but it's definitely something to do with the book. Obviously, that's so cute, I think. And then we have the iconic box for it. We got some stickers. Some gorgeous artwork. We love some gorgeous artwork here. And then my girl Lindsay wrapped this book up nice. The Thorns We Inherit, and it's an ARC version for when she gets uber duper famous. I am going to be so excited that I have the first ever ARC version. A pronunciation guide. Iconic, iconic, iconic. Then I got this package to the mail completely destroyed, so let's hope everything is good inside of it. Seems wrapped up nicely, so we should be good. We have When Death Parts Us by Catherine Knapp. It's a vampire romance. I love vampires. In a world ruled through blood, the only thing more dangerous than a tyrant is the one who dares to end him. Period. An adult fantasy full of witty banner sacrifice and impossible choices. And then your boy, honestly, I haven't gone book shopping in a really long time, and I'm off on weekends now. My friends are off on weekends. I get to see friends. We went shopping for books, aka she followed me around while I bought too many books. But I wanted them and I needed them, and I deserve it because I'm a hardworking individual. Let's go through what I got. I got Us in Ruins by Rachel Moore. The mythical vase of Venus Aurelia has been missing for a century, but Margot Rhodes is determined to change that. Sure, it's her first time holding a shovel, but she's got something no one else does. Lost teenager explorer Van Keen's journal. When Van's poetic entries as a map through the ruins of Pompeii, Margot doesn't find the missing shards of the supposedly magical vase. Instead, she stumbles upon a statue that looks exactly like Van, and then the statue comes to life. I'm in like my history bullshit right now when it comes to like videos I watch online and things of the such. So I got The Six Wives of Henry VIII. It's a pretty thickums book, but I have been obsessed with the Tudors. I think they're one of so interesting because it's like how can one fucking messy family do so much wrong, and how are they still basically a thing? I then got a trophy from my roommate from Hell. I read this book already. I got it as an arc. It's about a boy, freshman year of college, finds out his roommate is the Prince of Hell. The world just discovered hell is real. It is super good. 5 stars. So glad to have a copy. Then to go along with my Game Changer series, I got The Long Game and Role Model. I have the ebooks of all of them. I've just been trying to get the physical books in person. So yeah, and that one's about the social media manager, and I'm a social media manager. Anyway, I then got Forging Silver into Stars by Bridget Kimmerer. Let me tell you something. Love Bridget so much, and I need to get this because I already had the second one. Randomly had the second one, not the first one, and then Sparking Fire Out of Fate had just came out, so I was like, I am definitely picking that up as well. She's iconic writer. This is a series. I believe this one is after her A Curse So Dark and Lovely. This is in the same world. A Curse So Dark and Lonely, I believe, is what it is. I then got a copy of If All the Stars Go Dark. This is by S.G. Prince. I did also read this as an art copy. It's a YAMM sci-fi little romance, and it was, guys, this was so good. This, if you please pick this up and read it, this was so good. So emotion. Girl, my dog decided right now is the time to do the squeaky toys. I just started this, The Disillusionment of Nick and Jay by Ryan Douglas. I just started reading this. It started off on such an emotionally heavy way that I knew I was going to love it. So I knew I was going to love it, so I was going to buy it. It's queer. It's like The Great Gatsby, but in Harlem. I then got this copy of Wuthering Heights because I think both of these people are super hot, and I don't know why, but I love this cover. Not knowing I didn't have to read this in high school or anything, never read it. All I know is the movie, and I only thing is the movie I've seen the trailer, and by trailer I've seen pictures of the trailer. I don't even think I've watched the trailer, not knowing that this is like a very triggering story. The movie is going to be very triggering. The book is obviously very triggering, so be aware of that when you go into this. Guys, this is definitely one of the craziest book hauls I've done yet. But thank you everyone who sent me their book. Thank you Barnes and Noble for taking my money, and I'd like to thank the Academy and Jesus for giving me such a fat ass. My dog is staring at me because she's been waiting on me to go give her attention, and this book haul took way too long. Way too long. Y'all, this is crazy. Hold up. I gotta show you the whole thing, and then I'm dipping. Never mind.